You can't hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Is it better? Call me the champ. You guys go to his page. He has some nice new music that I would love you all to listen to. So, somebody say people know they sleep. Oh, people know they sleep. Oh, people know they sleep. Oh, Kamaruddin, how are you doing? Okay, so first things first. There are so many advantages Nigeria has, and there are so many advantages abroad has. It depends on what you consider an advantage. I was having a conversation off the air yesterday with a former schoolmate of mine. Went to the same secondary school. You guys know him, but I don't want to mention his name just in case. Just in case it can. He does not want to trend, so let me not mention his name. You see, there are things that are considered advantages abroad that are not necessarily advantages. They they are just an erosion of the African context. Growing up in Africa, I was reading something today about age of consent in America. The thing don't far now. Me and Simply Vic, they talk about that. Do you know different states have different age of consent? But they just make it look like 18. There are many places in America where the age of consent is actually 16. You can Google it. Just Google states in America. In America, where age of consent is 16. Just Google it. Georgia and Hawaii. As of April 2021, of the total 50 United states, 30 have an age of consent being 16. More than half of the stage of the states. A handful set the age of consent at 17, and in about 11 states, the age is 18. Google it. Google it. I never knew this. I thought the way America talks, everything America is 18. Now, one person they talked this thing one day. I said, no, it can't be true. I Googled it. I was like, whoa. So, the America that is leading Africa, they themselves do not have a yardstick. I don't know if I'm making sense. Now, there are some states where a 20-year-old can sleep with a 16-year-old, but like a 30-year-old cannot sleep with a 16-year-old. They now have some, among, yes, some will now have age of consent at 16, but not for people above a certain age bracket, and they can be very complex and all sorts of things. There's no national standard. But then the Nigerians, guess what? Age of consent in Nigeria is 18. There's a standard in Nigeria. It might not apply in some of the states where Sharia law is practiced, But the standard, at least for the western, eastern, and southern part of Nigeria, is 18. So the Western world that we are following, the Western world that we are following, do not have proper standards. They just use their media to make themselves look good. That's what the Western world is really good at doing. Using their media to make themselves look good. And using their media to make us look bad. Nigeria is not perfect. Africa is not perfect. There are things that are normal in Africa. Our ancestors did it. For instance, polygamy. Our ancestors were polygamous. In the Middle East, they are polygamous. Jewish people, Saudi Arabians, most people in the Middle East evolved from a polygamous mindset. But all of a sudden, I'm not supporting polygamy. I'm not supporting polygamy. But I don't understand how polygamy that is biblical, polygamy that is in the Quran, polygamy that is in our culture, Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Calabar, they all have polygamy entrenched in the culture. All of a sudden now, polygamy is bad, but agege is good. Someone said our ancestors practice it, doesn't make it good or right. But the agege they are teaching your child in school abroad is right now. Who told you it's not right? Those days when polygamy was practiced properly in Africa, Africa was safer. Africa was more morally upright. I can tell you this, the decline in morality came with the imported religions. And I'm not choosing only Christianity now. When we started importing religions, especially Christianity, our morality started to decline. When we imported, from the day Christianity came into this country, from that day till today, we have had nothing but a steady decline in our morality. Because the Christianity that was brought to this country was a slave man's version of Christianity. That is why the Savior is white like your masters. That is why they're the ones that brought him to you. That is why you look at Buddha, he looks like Chinese people. You look at the Hindu gods, they look like the Indian people. Does Jesus look like you? Google Jesus. The picture that comes out, does it look like you? It looks like the colonial masters that sold you. So a version that was brought in, a tailor-made version that suited not just the agenda of the colonial masters, but it also made us look inferior We needed them for education. We needed them for medicine. Let me tell you something. I can say this to you for free. If our medicine had been allowed to evolve, we would not be where we are today. They destroyed our essence. They came and they said those things we practice, they are fetish. They stole our idols, took them to their museums as artifacts, and gave us a free Jesus. We are asking them, give us our Benin bronze, give us our Ghana gold back. They say no, they can only borrow it to us. If our idols were so worthless, why can't they give them back? And if their Jesus was so useful, why did they give him to us for free? If you start to study the history of Christianity, you would understand that the first point where it became a commercial religion of state to bind the state was under Emperor Constantine, whose nation was falling apart, but he needed one religion to bind the forces of his kingdom. So I'm coming back now. Why? See, when you grew up, you consumed their media, you consumed their religion. Do you know how many things they taught you as Christianity, but is white man's religion? But it was taught you as Christianity. Like Daily Sings was talking to me today about church marriage. A pastor was saying you don't need any money for church marriage. I'm like, there's no such thing as church marriage. In the Free Nation, we have what you call church blessings. If you're a member of our church and you want to bless your union, we can arrange a blessing for you. It is not biblical. We tell you that it is not important, but it just gives community essence. This is my community. I want to get married with them and let them enjoy the sacraments of my marriage. We tell anybody that wants to marry in the Free Nation, Buki got married in the Free Nation. God bless you, ABC. Not biblical and not compulsory. You are married the day you go to court. You are married the day your father gives you out in marriage. But you can start sleeping together the day you carry palm wine and go and do introduction. Because at that stage, the two of you know that we are headed somewhere. From that day onward, the two of you know that we are going somewhere. Much of the communion that they give you, that they put something on your tongue, is Oyinbo man's ideology. Christ had the Last Supper. What is supper? You think they carry one circle and put on their tongue, and then they sip? They had a meal. Paul spoke about when you all sit down to eat the meal, some don't get any food to eat while others get drunk. Can you get drunk on that thing you sip and that circle they put on your tongue? They make it look, Mark chapter 7 verse 7, they make it look godly, but it is man-made ideas and man-made traditions from the beginning to the end. So, I want to hand over to people in the audience. How come things that our ancestors practiced all of a sudden have become bad? But the things that we inherited from those who sold us is good. The one man, one woman that Americans are practicing, what they are practicing, what it becomes is one man and one woman at a time. That's what it has become. They have selective monogamy. It's not one man and one woman forever. It's one woman and one man now. Then the woman breaks up with him and goes to date a married man. So it is still polygamy in a monogamous subculture. You know, in this America that people are in, how many of you are in your first husband's marriage? How many of you in America are in your first marriage? Do you realize that those days our grandfathers married 4 wives and they were married to those 4 wives till they die, till death, till die do them part? So at the end of the day, a woman ends up being married to 3 or 4 times. In between marriage 1 and marriage 2, she could not sleep with like 2 or 3 people. The woman breaks up with her husband. I'm not saying stay in a bad marriage. I'm never going to advocate that. But the woman breaks up with her husband, sleeps with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 men. She's a single woman. Then finally meets another man, and then they marry. Then after 3 or 4 years again, they divorce. Someone say Larry King was married 10 times. He could have as well had 10 wives. If he was living in Nigeria and he was as famous and wealthy as he was, he would have had 10 wives. Out of the 10 wives that he married, by the time he dies, at least he will have had 6 or 7 of them with him. So how is the new culture that we are raising our children in better than the one our parents were raised in? I'm not saying the one our parents are the problem. They mixed African tradition with Christianity, and they created this pepper soup that has vanilla inside. You don't ever taste pepper soup we get vanilla inside. We get nutmeg. eh? It's like eating pepper soup that has vanilla inside with a slice of red velvet cake. That is what our parents did. They tried to syncretize Christianity with their local beliefs and ended up with a comedy skit. So, I want to ask you, when I say Naija marriage, I don't mean what your parents did. I mean what your great grandparents did. Compared to this American marriage that you people think you people are doing, which one really is of essence? If you're watching on TikTok, Pop My Money Gone, I'm opening up the lines so people can have their that can put their words in. I don't know if John is here and he wants to. I know he was sending me a request earlier on. Oh yeah, BC, I want you to join me.
Daddy, please.
It's where you quickly run, go wear shirt.
Alva,
I do.
where this is now? You've been missing a laughter.
No vex. So and there's so much to talk about. I just had to try and clear my table.
But
And to be honest, it's affecting me because there's so much work I need to do online with you people. But I say if I not do them, I not go fit do them again. So welcome John and welcome Oyebisi. Make woman start first, ladies first. Over to you, Oyebisi. What are your thoughts? And please be honest.
Sure. Good evening, Daddy Freeze. Good evening, John. Um, well, I just typed it now. I said American marriage is toxic. To be honest, it's a very toxic set of. When I say America, I'm not saying just USA. So like North America to be precise, right? So like Canada, US, and whatever. It's so toxic. It's like everybody's just mending it and it's not just I'm not talking about just the immigrants. I'm talking about like even African Americans and the Caucasian and whatever. It's really toxic. It's a lot of people are struggling in their marriages. A lot of people are faking it to make it. A lot of people are just waiting for the time where they get the push to run away and say, you know what, I can't do it anymore. And as much as I want to disagree with the fact that what our great-grandfathers did was better, because my feminine side won't let me take that, won't let me agree with that. I want to slightly agree that it might be, because they were able to tame everybody, right? They were able to do things like in Islam. It says I believe it was you have to be able to treat everybody equally in order to have multiple spouses, right? But back then they weren't able to treat everybody equally. There is no way. It's impossible to treat everybody equally. But at least they had some level of I don't know,
of decorum,
maturity, right? Yeah. So they were able to. Everybody was, in like respectful, and they might not like it, but they kind of got along and they made it their reality, and everybody was just living, and happily. But right now, we're so far from that in order to go back to that, it's literally, I can say maybe like it's impossible, because even me as a woman, like I said, I'm not going to agree to that, right? Like, even though I'm leaning towards the fact that it might be better than what we currently have, I'm still not going to agree to it, right?
Are you Muslim? Are you Muslim?
No, not practicing. We're born Muslim, but not practice. I'm Christian now. So I have a lot of families that are, not in polygamous like marriages, but Muslims. And my grandpa, I believe, had 2 wives. But my dad has been married 3 times. But he's not. He might as well have 3 wives, right? So, but he's been married 3 times, like Daddy Fizz was saying. Like, it's like from one marriage to the other. But we're so far from that time that it's almost impossible for anybody to even willingly want to go back to that, right? So, yeah, that's my take on that. But I do agree that American marriage right now is so toxic. I'm not even married. The relationship itself, like, I'm so thankful that I'm not in the dating pool right now, because me and my husband were watching one of those hunt game shows. My husband was like, imagine if I have to do this. They go abuse me. I was like, yeah, they will abuse you tire, because it's so different right now. It's really scary out there.
John,
Yes,
your
boss.
thoughts?
My thought is that Americans, people in the West don't get married. They cohabit. That thing they do is not marriage. They cohabit because they just use each other to climb the ladder. Because and they go into financial contracts because the only reason why they do it is to sign those papers and know what they have, what's in it for them. The real marriages are the marriages that happen back home. That's a traditional, we've called traditional marriages. Because if you look at when Christ turned water into wine in the wedding in Galilee, it was done in the girl's father's house. It is just an introduction. Once you're introduced to the girl's family and both of you have agreed to get married, you're married. All those contract papers are documents to keep the man tamed as it should be. Keep them tamed and make them understand that they have a prison in the marriage, which is their basements. So to make them behave the way the society wants them to behave, the way the Western society wants them to behave. But if we look back at the marriages our forefathers had, like our grandparents had, I always say this: polygamy is the only marriage that is sustainable. Monogamy is not marriage. And when we say these things, we always come from the argument that that was how God created it. That wasn't how God created it. Men are meant to marry multiple wives. And that is why biologically, men are designed to be able to impregnate multiple women at the same period of time. And women cannot be impregnated by multiple men at the same period of time. A woman can be impregnated by only one man in a 1 year calendar period. But a man can impregnate 365 times 5 women in a 1 year calendar period. So if you look at the biology of how we are built, you will understand that men are not designed to have only one wife. And it works. It used to work. Our forefathers were happier. Their marriages were happier than these things that we are in right now. These contracts that people go into these days. They were so happier. They lived happily. Nkechi knows the day that it's her turn to cook. Sefia knows the day that it's her turn to cook. Tunde knows her own day. And none of them encroach on each other's territories. And the kids end up growing up together and play together and live together and live as siblings. I don't know what the West have done to us, but like Chino Achebe said in Things Fall Apart, the white man is wise. He came and used what united us to divide us, and since then the center can no longer hold and things have fallen apart. They came and they know that one thing that united us, our religion. Our religion we practiced. They used it to divide us. So, but honestly, for me, I don't believe that people get married in the West. They just go into a contract. Go into a contract.
Oyebisi, your thoughts, my dear.
Yeah, I mean, as much as like I said earlier, I'm not a feminist, but I'm saying like the feminine part of me as a woman would not want to agree to the fact that polygamy is the way to go. And the fact that it was so far back from when it first happened, willingly and happily, that it's almost impossible to convince anybody to want to even go back to that. Like, it's been so long. There's been so many changes. We've gone through so many decades of, different genres and different changes in women and in movements and cultures and everything, right? But that doesn't take away from the fact that it was better then. right? So that's just my opinion. A lot of people might want to cut my head off for this, especially my fellow women. I said I'm not a feminist. People keep saying I said the feminine part of me. Do I actually should I say the women part of me as a woman?
No. Please try and indulge them. Most of people don't understand English properly.
I don't understand what they want me to say. Talking about like as a woman.
You see, like as a woman in the modern day world, you have started enjoying some what was sold to you as privileges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was so far back
you can't,
when it was different.
It doesn't make any sense for you to try to go back to a time when you more or less seemed like you didn't have rights.
Right, like we were like second-class citizens at that time. Now we have the power.
That the freeze excuse.
Yes.
I think this thing about women not having rights then is an illusion that they try to embed on this generation to make them feel like those people were bad. Because if women did not have rights, how come they staged about women's riots? If women did not have rights then, right? Isn't that what they were doing? If the women did not have rights then, how come they staged about women's riots? If the women did not have rights then, how come a man who hits his wife was brought to the market square and flogged by his age grade? If women did not have rights then. You know, when people say this, people agree, take this hook, line, and sinker because most of them have lost tune with their original culture. It's just like when people say our mothers were just at home, they did not do anything, they didn't have a voice. No, our mothers were more entrepreneurial than our fathers. Our fathers were only warriors. Our mothers were the ones buying and selling. And people say that women did not have rights. This thing about women not having rights is just what the West used to, because these are politics. It's just politics. This is my own opinion, or my personal opinion. This is just politics.
It's not like women did not have rights. It was
made. They didn't have rights. It was just not equal. Like it was like the one was above each other. Like it's how this like right now when they say human rights, everybody has a right, the same rights to whatever.
Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. How come since they allowed trans men, that is men who became women, to take part in women's sports, how come they've been dominating those sports?
That I don't agree with that because that's unfair, to be honest with
you. So it shows that equality is an illusion.
Yes, it is.
It's an illusion, because if we said, okay, let women and men play football together, we know how that's going to turn out. If we say, let there be equality, every single thing a man can do, a woman should be able to do it, you will have an imbalance in society so great that it will be more or less unprecedented and impossible to manage on every level. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
You're making all the sense that you're free.
So all of a sudden now, yes, women are enjoying privileges, but are these privileges really worth the trouble that the women are now going through? Because you see, just pray to God that society continues the way it is. You know why I say so? Because to say third world wege happens, that's when you realize that you need a man to protect you.
I've said this always, when a country is not at war, women want the man with money. When a country goes to war,
Just call it
women
Bege.
okay, when a country goes to Bege, women want soldiers to protect them. If you look at countries that have been in those crisis period, those Bege period, you realize that women date soldiers more. The reason why the generations of our fathers saw a lot of women married, a lot of southeastern women married to northern soldiers was because of the Biafran Wege. During war, when the country is in Wege, in crisis, women stop looking for men with money and start looking for men that can protect them. And those people are only soldiers. Because then they are the ones that play he who plays the piper, that takes the bass. Yes, they're the ones that play the piper. And that is how it is in every war and everywhere in the world. Because let's assume that Nigeria goes to Wege now. Women won't be looking for I want an Odugu Parara. No. They want that masculine soldier. They want to date the commander. They want to date the commander of that brigade so that they'll get protection. So that it's what it is, whether we like it or not. It's the reality. Women always try to tend to move to the one that favors them. That's why when the brigade started in Ukraine, all the women entered train wrong. Most of them moved to Dubai. Most of them did Dubai now. Their boyfriends, nobody knows their fate in Ukraine. So it's the reality. Whether we want to sugarcoat it or not, it's the reality. The day they want to define equality properly for me is the day women and men start participating in same sports. And sometimes I see women argue, why is it that female footballers are not well paid than male footballers? It tells me that most of the times, all these people who claim to be feminists are the dumbest Homo sapiens on the face of the earth. Because the male soccer has a greater audience. Where do you think football will pay those footballers from? It's from the audience.
Women footballers are actually better paid than men footballers. Same thing with basketball. Yes, they are. In comparison to the revenue generated.
The revenue generated, yes, okay.
Because, for instance, women's basketball globally, I mean in America, brings home about 200 million per annum, while male basketball brings about 4 billion. So if you compare that 4 billion to what they are paying Kobe, for instance, may his soul rest in peace, or LeBron, you will see that compared to the top athlete league, the ratio to revenue is actually in favor of the women.
Yes. And it's because they've been pushing. And politicians want to pacify them. I know why politicians try to pacify them. They're the easiest to deceive to vote for the wrong person. With sentiments. Women are the easiest. If you're a good politician, your focus will be on women. Just tell them one nonsense, and they will sway towards your direction. So that's why politicians are doing this. That's why politicians came up with the whole shenanigan when it was time for them to start getting female votes, and it's just what it is. Just what it is, because
someone said female B players are paid less. I'm not talking about the salary. I'm talking about the salary ratio compared to the revenue generated.
No, that is that person that does not understand English, because you're explicit. There's no point to...
It's like, let me give you an example. It's like John earns 1 million naira a month. his company makes 100 million naira a month. I earn 100,000 naira a month, but my company makes 500,000 naira a month. Compared to the revenue generated, I make more money than John.
Mm-hmm.
Even though John is making 1 million,
Most people.
percentage 1 million out of 100 million, you cannot compare. Good night, Henry the Great. God bless you. The revenue of I'm earning 20% of what my company makes, while John is earning 1%. Do you understand the conversation?
The person understands. The person is just trying to.
Okay, so let me bring one more woman. Even the ratio, I'm a basketball fanatic. The women are paid peanuts. Even with the
Not them.
ratio.
Not them. Not them. Not them. Not them. The truth is not them. 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 This is not them. Not them. Not them. They're the ones that want
Okay.
you to.
Official Bongoli says the Women Basketball Association has been running on a loss since inception, thanks to Kathleen Clark and Angelina Reyes' rivalry, which brought money to their sports today. Very soon, WNBA will be breaking even. So they are not even making profit.
They're not even making money, and they're paying
And
them.
they are paying them. And
They're
you
supposed
say
to be
the
playing for free. They're
please,
supposed
please,
to be playing for free.
please. If you understand statistics, ratio, and mathematics, you will understand this thing that I'm talking about.
Daddy, please, this thing is very easy. How many times you go and sit down and watch a female basketball game? When the female play, they played the African Cup of Nations, the Women African Cup of Nations, I didn't even know it was going on until they said that Nigeria won.
Yeah, B.
I didn't know it was going on until they said that Nigeria won. But if it was male African Cup of Nations, all the beer parlors would be shut down. All the TV stations will be on showing it. Because they have a wider audience. They have a wider audience. It's what it is. And you women now, I know they help on ourselves. When I go leave female football, go to watch male football. How women I want to get the audience?
FIFA reported that they made a loss in the just concluded Women Euros. So
women, they're not even supposed to be
so
paid.
I was even
Female footballers are not supposed
overselling
to
it.
be
I was even overselling it.
Female footballers are not even supposed to be paid.
I was even overselling it. So that means my company makes no money, but they pay me 100,000 naira a month. While
Someone said women pull crowd in tennis. Serena Williams and every other male tennis player compete with.
compare them.
They compare them. So now the girl is having sense. So now you don't know, because they pull crowd in tennis. They are well paid in tennis.
Which is true. And no matter how much you try to run away from this reality, the truth is the truth. You can't hide from it.
But let's back to the topic that first.
Bongoli says women don't watch women's sports because it doesn't give that masculine energy and competition. I not talk am na Bongoli type am.
You just read it in type.
I just read JJ before.
Before they will cut that place down, come post you. They will just post only this place where you talk and post you. But I feel that our marriages have been bastardized, have been spoiled. For me personally,
I was talking to a friend of mine, Official Benison, who is a soldier, and I asked him if women go to war to fight Boko. And he said during Jonathan's time, it was ended because they were buying all of them. You know, say once those people, you know, say war, now run, say they get Bobby, they get Yansh. Say when Boko just show like this, everybody take off them, Bobby and Yansh, go they waka like this. Say that they slaughter all of them, new.
Not even in the Nigerian army, in the US military.
A question for
If
you.
if your unit
Who
has
can
a female
help with
soldier,
$300? Ask your father at home, collect rapture. $300, go. 300 rupees,
that
me.
and the freeze. Even in the U.S. Army, if a female is in your unit, it endangers your unit.
Are you
Because that
serious?
whole unit will put themselves in harm's way if that female falls behind enemy lines.
Because
And
you
that
have
is
to go
why,
back and catch her.
yes, and that is why only most of the women in the U.S. Army I think has about 10% women, or 10 or 15%. Out of that 10% that are women, 90% of the 10% are not on the field. They're not infantry soldiers.
Hmm.
They are in military logistics, military administration. So all these girls, they say, I'm a soldier. Until now, office today, you're not an infantry soldier.
Hmm.
You're not an infantry soldier. I can categorically tell you that infantry soldiers that go on deployments, not more than 4% or 3% of them are women. Please go and check. Go and fact check me. Because a woman being in your unit endangers your unit automatically. Because your enemies will be targeting that woman. That's their target, and they want her alive. Because it weakens your unit. Because you have to come back for her behind enemy lines. So it's what it is. Anytime you see women.
So we are back to downing women. We're not downing anybody. We are okay. Let's go back to our topic, polygamy. The topic is polygamy.
See, these things are the things that make them become so delusional that this is the reality. The reality is that I am a general. I'm sending troops. Okay. For example, Daddy Freeze. In the industry where I work,
I'm inviting the women so that the conversation can be balanced.
In the industry where I work, we work with radiation, ionizing radiation. I work with ionizing radiation. Radiation is my baby. Radioactive materials are my baby. Now, we know that radioactive materials can make someone to be impotent. Because what does it do? The radiation, the energy it emits in layman's form, kills the cells. And the reproductive cells are very fragile cells.
Yes.
But the difference between
they can even make you more prone to cancer because it damages your DNA.
Cancer, that's if you go beyond the threshold. Now, the impotency it causes in men and the one it causes in women. The men is temporary. For women, it's permanent because the male sperms reproductive cells
are generated every day.
Every 48 hours.
Every 2 days. Yeah.
All the eggs in them is in them. So
as Oyebisi is, the 2 crates of eggs will follow and come from heaven.
From heaven, now it is
9 day body. One by one, every month they release one. The one we meet man.
If it damages all those eggs, it's done. So if you bring me CV of 2 people that want to go and work, that want to get employed, I will definitely tend towards taking the male for that job position. Because a woman has to be pulled out if she wants to handle radioactive materials. And it's not going to get the job done. So in the military, infantry, if a soldier, if 2 people come to join the army, once you see that one of them is a female, there's a 99% chance that you want to deploy her to either the medical corps, engineering corps, and not the infantry corps. What is she doing as an infantry soldier? First and foremost, her physical strength is not that. The men will outrun her. The men will have more endurance than she does. Why is it celebrate when a woman passes the marine schools? But men go through marine schools every day because it's rare for you to see a woman that will go through the training of being a marine and pass.
Lawrence said there are women that are commanders. I agree, but compared to the ratio of men,
Women are commanders. Please, which woman is a commander? And tell me how she became a commander and when she became a commander. Please, I need that person to come out.
now let's have an argument for the women.
Let's check.
Let's have.
When you go from 96. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Did you not watch the movie G.I. Jane?
G.I. Jane is a movie.
So okay, let's come back. We want to come back to polygamy because I don't want my women to be offended. But sadly, what John is saying are facts. We live in an easy society.
Anybody can fact check me and come
We
back.
live in an easy society. If the society got harsh like it happened in Ukraine, the dynamics changed. I've got my beautiful Ofori here. She's growing taller every day, so she has grown out of Labubu stature.
That's the truth. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, my darling. So go ahead.
Ofori, please 1 minute. Someone said, Google it. I have plenty of them in my unit. Okay, put it to you that your unit, you're not an infantry soldier. You are a logistic soldier. Or you are in the engineering corps. You're not an infantry soldier. If you're an infantry soldier, you won't be on this life. If you're an infantry soldier, you won't be on this life. You don't have time. I'm very sorry for taking your time.
So when it comes to abroad or Naija marriage, it has its advantage and disadvantage. From the things I've seen over time, some marriages in Naija are 90% gone. So when they come to this side of the world, meeting culture shock and everything that is involved, it will just go my break finish. Then for abroad marriage, the truth is that it doesn't really favor men like that. That's the truth. It favors women because although that the phrase, some men, the two they do bad things. So you know, say now what a woman do after the man don't do the bad, now they see. The bad way the man do, nobody they talk about that one. Now I can't come on for us. He call police for me. He do this one.
Yeah.
So I would say I would not advise any man living abroad to go back to Naija to take a wife. I won't advise that. Because what you have learned over time, living here with cultural differences, she doesn't know it. Except is a woman who is willing to work with you as a man. Right? She comes, she wants to know things. She still realizes that you are her husband and you are her head. So I wouldn't agree that all American marriages are totally bad, right? But I know it favors the women. And some men, they come here, get finished, the woman catch the man. What do you expect her to do? With that level of frustration and disappointment and betrayal, what do you expect her to do? Right? So I would say, people, it's okay for you not to get married. If you don't want to get married, don't deceive someone's daughter when you know say you be a gigi or you come here, because the rights they give you here, now right way will put you for prison if you not take time. Right? And the same thing with the womb for the women too. Your husband will bring you here for you guys to have a better life and build a family together. You choose, you go to nursing school, now he train you for the nursing school, and then you turn your back on him. And that's when you want to bring your parents, and that's when you want to bring the man down. Now God now will punish that woman.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. So I would say, no choose rubbish as a man, and women no choose rubbish as for a man, and men not choose rubbish for a woman. So study yourselves, know what works for you, and that's my 2 cents, Daddy Freeze.
Daddy Freeze, your comment section is very funny. Your comment section is filled with very, very delusional people that go to
This sounds for
that go to just bring out facts. I was talking about female generals, and someone told me that there are 60 something female generals in the US Army. And he ended it there. The Tozo did not say that there are 60 something generals out of 1,000 generals in the US Army. What is the percentage? And there are about 60 something female generals out of 1,000 serving generals in the US Army.
It's not even up to 10%.
It's not up to 10%.
It's 6%. That's 6%.
And out of this 60 something, 80% of them did not rise through infantry. Someone who is in logistics or military corps, medical or engineering corps, medical corps could be a general. It doesn't mean that the person rose through infantry. So I don't know why we are arguing this. That's why most of them will retire as brigadier generals. Because someone who is not an infantry soldier cannot rise above a brigadier general. I'm talking about Nigerian Army now. If you're not an infantry soldier, if you don't go through infantry, you cannot rise above a brigadier general. So when people just come for the sake of argument and type rubbish, I just wait for them to finish. But back to the topic. Unfortunately, I disagree with you a little bit because you said abroad marriage. There's no marriage abroad. Say abroad contracts. Abroad contracts. You're mute.
Somebody said, where are the female generals now in Ukraine?
I said, I'm married abroad and I'm happy.
You see, Ufure. I always tell people this thing. 1 out of 5,000 is not a number.
But that one will still speak now.
That one no gets no supposed to talk. 1 out of 5,000 is not a number.
Why?
It's not a number. It's a significant ratio.
Oh yeah, BC. Oh yeah, they say, are you not abroad? How is your marriage abroad? Oh yeah, talk.
No, our marriage is fine now. You don't see our husband just don't give a picking now.
It has its ups and downs in all marriages.
Yeah, every marriage has its ups and downs.
You walk abroad, Daddy Freeze. Just marry somebody who can work with you. Seriously.
Well,
even me, when my wife love me, by I not sure say she forfeit manage me to say we there abroad. The quarrel go many.
If you don't divorce, because you don't go hairdresser salon now. One woman, one of our friends,
go give them advice.
When she be there, go tell her, say, go advise something. I say, you don't want your attachments. That happen. If you want your marriage to last in the West, let your wife stay away from hairdresser salons where they make their nails.
No, but the Chinese one they talk. Now Chinese now they for here they do this. Now they plenty here.
But people they meet there they talk.
I'm not talking about the people making the nails.
Oh yeah, BC, you've not said anything. Oh yeah, BC, oh yeah, put mouth. Now your turn now. We can't hear you. I'm muted. Belinda, don't come. Belinda, please come and help me challenge. Belinda, please come and help me challenge John. We need you today. Belinda, please.
Marriage is not a contract in Igbo land. It only becomes a contract when you marry under the act. And that is why you cannot go to court and argue about dissolution of a marriage that is not under the act.
Somebody say live in Alaska, live in a Nigerians and Nigerian church by all costs. Okay. Oh yeah, BC, let me bring you back. Or Belinda, I think this is an opportunity for you to show John that he doesn't know what he's talking about. No need for you to leave. Belinda might not accept.
My love, Belinda, my love, you want to see my face?
Yeah, you will they worry.
Belinda, darling.
You know they talk good about us.
Fresh mom of 4 wants to come
Who
and
are the
challenge
us?
John.
Who are the us?
So we are women. Without John, now we born you. You know.
I am not. I don't. I'm not. Now, my born you.
Dele Singh say abroad, Nigerian churches are blessings. No be where they play music, they take chop. Where do you go talk before? My darling sister.
How are you?
Fresh mom of 4, I'm very fine. Oh yeah, over to you. Challenge John.
John, you don't vex me. Which one is abroad contract? Every marriage in a contract, whether you are in Nigeria or you're abroad, you go to court, it is the contract, whether you like it for better or for worse.
See, that you didn't hear what I said? I said when you marry under the act, it becomes a contract. But how many people marry under the act in Nigeria? You've not noticed. Traditional marriages are not contracts.
So why are you saying abroad contract?
Traditional marriages are not contracts. I'm saying Nigerians don't marry under the act anymore.
Nowadays, a lot of people go to the registry nowadays.
Now the ones where women want to deceive. Now the ones where women want to deceive.
And I don't agree to the fact that if you are living abroad, like if you are in Nigeria and you're married, do you get? You might have issues. Nigeria actually covers up your issue. But when you're in abroad, everything will open because there's nothing covering anything.
Okay.
It exposes you.
Okay, so that is because a marriage is supposed to have those issues covered. Marriage is not about you guys living together. Marriage is about you guys tolerating each other. People don't divorce who they love. People divorce who they use.
John.
So you're saying that they do. So you're saying that in abroad there's more divorce than over in Nigeria?
Madam, why? This is the question they asked me. No, this is the question. You want us to go to statistics? The rate of divorce.
Well, I don't.
I'm talking
about Nigeria.
The rate of divorce. Madam, the rate of divorce in the West is times 10.
Is all the definition of divorce. Do you understand? It's just that they've not gone to court to get divorced. They're just living and tolerating each other, living like roommates. It doesn't mean that they're married.
Madam, let me tell you something. Marriage is when two people from two different backgrounds, two extremely different backgrounds, come together to live as one, to tolerate themselves. Tolerance is the key word in marriage. And you say they're tolerating themselves. That tolerance is the key word in marriage. That tolerance is the key word in marriage. If you don't have tolerance, there's no point getting married.
I'm not talking about tolerating themselves. I'm talking about patching things. Like the marriage already does scatter. That one is not marriage anymore.
Oh well, that's what
people. That's why a lot of people when they move to abroad from Nigeria, those ones that they are not married, but they are living under the canopy of unmarried. But technically, they're just managing each other. They are not even married. They don't. Some of them, the husband is sleeping with girlfriend. The wife self get boyfriend. But
why do you think me, someone I'm cohabiting with in Nigeria, will not carry the person and go abroad?
It could be different situation. It could be that the guy is jobless and the woman has a job and they gave her PR and she moved to Canada. And the guy said, you know what?
How many women out of 100 people that migrate out of Nigeria, US, Canada, and the rest, 90% of them is the men that have the job.
That one is not true.
Sometimes
90%.
That's not true. 90%.
Madam, how many women are working in Nigeria?
If they are not working, does not mean they did not go to school.
So, the fact, okay, how do you get the PR?
There are different pathways to PR.
Excuse me, madam, relaxing. You're talking to people. How did you get to PR? I said, you just took your college degree. I want to give them in Canadian embassy. They give
There's
PR.
different pathway to be a permanent resident.
The most popular pathway is skilled immigrants.
That's not the most popular. That's what most people know in Nigeria. That's not the most popular.
I said the most popular in Nigeria for Nigerians is skilled immigrants. The most popular for Nigerians. We're talking about Nigeria here. No, we're not talking about Nigeria.
Just calm down. It's not. There's no fight. There's no need to fight.
We're not fighting. The case studies of Nigeria. Madam, the case studies is on Nigeria. Madam, out of every 90 people, out of every 100 people that go abroad with what do you guys call it again? Those skilled immigrant stuff. 90% of the sponsors, the primary sponsors, are the men.
That's not true. Okay. I don't know where you go. You can
check. When you check, you come back.
I don't need to check, and I don't need to come back.
When you check,
This is. I've been living in Canada for 20 years, and I know a lot of people that have migrated to Canada, and this 90% that you're saying is not true.
Okay.
The rate of educated women nowadays, the rate of women.
About education for crying out loud.
Do you understand? Applying as the primary applicant, where their husband is the co-applicant, they are more than 10%. They're even more than 50%.
Okay, madam, and let me tell you something.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Is it that 90% I'm talking about? Is it that 90% I'm talking about? Yeah, that 10% that you're talking about. Yeah, out of that 10%, 90% of that 10%. Yeah, the man is the one sponsoring it, but because he's busy and he's working, the woman is just running it. The man is the one sponsoring it.
I don't need to argue with you. I know what I'm saying.
Madam, I'm telling you the truth. A woman cannot just wake up and start working towards immigration. She doesn't have the finance to do that in Nigeria. Most of the finances come from their men. Most of the finances come from their men. Whether you people like it or not, it's the truth, and it remains the truth.
It's not true.
Okay.
But there are some women that also bring their husbands abroad. You do know that, right?
See, the
women women that make more income than their men in Nigeria.
Their husbands,
yeah. There are some women that maybe the woman's family that is rich that sponsors it. Then why are you arguing about this 90% something? I don't get it.
Is it there are some women that make more income than their men in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Yes, so John, I think that's true.
Daddy Freeze, 1 out of 5,000 is not a number.
Who says it's
1 out of 5,000?
Who says it's 1?
1 out of 5,000 is not a number.
It's no one, John.
There's no one anywhere.
First and foremost, let me tell you why. A girl who works in GT Bank as an executive trainee in GT Bank will never want to marry a guy who works in GT Bank or in First Bank or in Union Bank. All of them are looking for oil boys.
It's not every woman that thinks like
Madam, let me tell you, make a land. I beg, not the time. It's not every woman. It's not every woman. I'm telling you what I know.
It's not every woman come from poor background. They look for oil money, man. Do you understand? It's not every woman that thinks like that. Some women still genuinely look for true love. They're not after money or no money.
Madam,
some women are already ready made.
There is no woman on earth. If you're like Lady Father Dangote, that wants to marry down.
What do you mean by down? If a man does not make enough as much income as a woman, does not mean he's down.
There is no woman on earth that wants to marry down. Even to a savage, there's what millions of dollars said it recently. Said she will don't marry you, but she define husband will get money. Awesome.
That's to a savage.
Madam, there is no woman on earth. There's no woman on earth that wants to marry down, except that situation.
Not every woman.
Except the ones that are fat.
When you say down, it depends on your definition of down. You can be married to somebody that your colleague. The person has future ambition. The person is well educated, and you know that this is not today, tomorrow the person will be better.
No woman on earth wants to marry down.
What's your definition of down?
Someone she's better than.
In what term?
In social class.
Depends on your definition of social class. Some people might feel like my social class could be, okay, I'm wearing designer. Oh, I'm driving Lamborghini. that could be somebody's social class. Somebody's social class could be.
Madam, don't stop it. Madam, social class is not about what you wear. Sorry, please. Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I mean, I said one woman don't text this guy before.
Social class is not about what you wear. What do you mean by social class? I'm very designer, I'm driving Lamborghini. Do you call that social?
I have a question for you. What about the women they marry for real love, whether the man is wealthy or not?
Women don't love men. Women only love men. Women do not love men.
John, I disagree with you. My wife married down.
This is now getting interesting.
My wife see me, I no get money, and she still follow me.
Daddy Freeze. Daddy Freeze, you remember me now? Valentine last year.
Where?
You don't remember me?
Please remind me.
When you bring me life, when we talk about LV.
I don't remember. Remind
don't forget.
Me. Valentine last year.
When you tell me, say, you asked me that, what did I get my husband for Valentine?
Oh.
Daddy Freeze no remember.
Then I said I got him LV shoe, LV bracelet. Then you said, what did he get me? I said he took me for dinner. You don't remember?
I remember.
I remember.
Okay. So now I'm just reminding you, just to go back to what this guy is saying. That
John, we love our husbands. I love
not
wait, let her land.
Love genuinely.
How long have you been married to this man that you bought LV? When you were dating him, did you buy him LV?
It's not about
when you don't drop him money for 20 years.
Which money? I don't understand what
buy LV. Then they tell me say Valentine last year.
Which
when
money?
you don't drop him money for 20 years, they don't give you money when you go use supermarket.
How do you know?
For 20 years.
When you there, when we
they
buy
give you money to supermarket, they cut them into two for 20 years.
When you
there, buy LV for them. They tell you say I bought it.
When you there,
what do you buy and one money?
When you there?
I know that type.
A buyer be no buyer. You just dey find.
Madam, see.
If I don't say women don't love men, that one a story.
See.
Maybe now the woman where you don't see before no love you, I don't know.
Madam, women.
Even the freeze why I love her.
She loved me as I not get money that time when she followed me.
Daddy Freeze. The problem is that people don't understand the difference between love and coexistence.
We know the difference.
No, my wife actually loved me.
Daddy Freeze.
Love me, follow me when I don't get.
Daddy Freeze, let me ask you a question. If you need a kidney now, can she actually give you one?
My wife can give me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, she will first give baby Freeze first before you.
Absolutely. That one, she will give. Yeah.
And that one doesn't mean that she doesn't love him.
Madam, let me tell you something. The difference between you people and men, I put it to you categorically. A man will give his wife first before his child. A man, if asked to choose between his wife and his child, will give his wife first before his child.
I don't know what we do, John. John don't like us at all.
And I don't hate you people. I'm just speaking your realities to your face.
Wait, John, are you in Nigeria? No wonder.
No wonder. Auntie, I've lived around everywhere. I've lived in more than 6 countries of the world. Don't tell me no wonder. When I begin traveling, go America, I should say it's in Nigeria. They write GS 101. Yes.
Sorry.
They don't wonder. It's very obvious.
Do you know my age? Do you know my age?
I senior you.
How old are you?
I
you
know
said
that
they do get this one.
Make una come chop fish.
101. Yes, 101.
This life is a
Don't even know what Jess 101 is.
Just like they say.
I ate this fish yesterday. I've been looking forward from yesterday to today.
John, what will we do you? Can you share your story with us?
I don't
have any story.
Nah, fish.
I have a very good story.
She has the fish big.
You bash us. You don't. I can almost say you don't like us.
You know, I like women. No? You know how many they sleep with in a week?
So,
John, you said something earlier. Say polygamy is better than what they happen now.
Yes, polygamy is the best.
Why? Does it make sense for one man to love two people at the same time?
Yes, it makes sense for one man to love four women at the same time, because if you love the four of them at the same time, they will not be the time they will use to be giving you problem. They use it to be giving themselves problem, and you rest.
Even one wife
logic.
Even one wife safe. Men they get it. You won't come put together. You just want to
see men. See, any man where they talk this thing does not understand polygamy. See, polygamy. Men in polygamous relationships have more peace of mind than men in monogamous relationships. Why? Because everybody will be competing for his attention, and you be the star.
So that is that part.
It's my turn to cook today.
That you want to enjoy.
It's my turn to cook today. It's my turn to cook today. It's not your turn. It's not your turn. And my husband,
so it benefits you. It benefits you as a man, but does not mean it's better.
Whatever benefits somebody is better, actually.
No, but it benefits me. I go talk. I don't understand. What you concern me with you?
Now, okay, it's just a way of saying, of doing shino legally. That's the way I look at it. But there's no way you love people equally.
But shino.
I don't want to say it in English because of I don't want anybody blocking that.
But regardless, you see that you see when you are married to one wife and you're not a quarrel. Say I'm not talking to you. Get out. But if you're married to three wives and you are one the quarrel, once you begin with a voice, you know, Sophia go come. Stop talking to our husband like that. What's wrong with you?
I pray.
So that's because you want to carry chest up.
Savior, tell her. She cannot be talking to your husband like that. See.
That's not good. Even the Quran that says you can marry more than one, if you can treat them equally, because the Quran says don't say it's not possible to treat two people
Madam,
equally.
Don't go to religion. The Quran, Holy Bible permits polygamy in its entirety. Well, the two religious books we practice. God, even during creation, did not create one wife for Adam. God did not create. Adam had two wives.
Why did not write half of the Bible?
Eve and Lilith, because you're reading half of the Bible. You're reading half of the Bible.
Since you said it is normal and it is okay for man.
My pastor.
The same thing is, it is okay for women too.
If they will let you go now, that's a problem.
Who are the they?
Philo 5758 said John lost polygamy, but he couldn't keep one wife. It's because I did monogamy. That's why I did not keep it now. That is why I want to now go to polygamy. The next Daddy Freeze, mark it next year. I'm getting married next year. I'm getting married to my three wives in 1 month.
I pity that your wife.
I'm getting married to my three wives in 1 month.
I pity who you want marry. Eh?
The fish is too nice.
Please won't end this life soon.
My landlord back then in Lagos has 6 wives. That man is the most happiest man in our life. Yes.
That man is not telling you the truth.
Guys,
people that are into polygamy now, they die young.
Story.
My father is 80.
There's one video I saw on Instagram. Was it not last week? I don't even know. The one guy that clocked 60 has 2 wives. That Wasim came to play.
He's enjoying. He's not enjoying.
I did enjoying. Did not see the stress on that guy's face.
No, he did not see the stress of the 2 women that were dragging him.
Which stress?
Madam.
So that guy, like, even the kids said they looked like they were sad.
I understand you women. The reason why women want monogamy is not because they love the husband. It's just because they don't want to share property with anybody when the man dies.
Which property? It's not everything that's property or money. You just talk about property.
The reason why women want monogamy is not because they love the husband. They just don't want to share property when the man dies.
How you know whether the guy said get property?
It depends. It depends on the man where you marry. No.
You understand? All you think about is property or money. It's not about money. It's not about
No.
what about the woman who get her own property herself? Now, woman, when they lazy, they sit down, they wait for property.
How many of them get?
Most women of nowadays, they have their own office and they have side also on the side.
How many of them?
I do.
How many of them? We plenty.
Plenty of women are
Start from the celebrities that are online that we see daily. Even some of them, some people will say, they carry man. Madam. They don't go say, they never say na woman sponsor man.
Madam, please.
Anytime woman get money like this, spoil herself, na man sponsor.
Madam, open your internet and check the percentage of who controls the world amongst the percentage. How do I put it?
People Beyonce, these are things. Who runs the world, girls? Who runs the world, girls? They don't say who runs the world.
Mention one woman on the top 10 richest people on earth.
Mention one woman on the top 10 billionaires in the world.
Nobody sells property anymore. Every woman
I said top 10 billionaires in the world. Mention one woman.
No.
Okay, now let me make a blow your mind. Please go to your.
Yeah, I know they read history.
Open your Google now. Out of the top 10 richest women in the world, all of them got their money through divorce. Now my money in the shop. Please, guys, please check me. Check me, please. Please fact check me. Four of them got their money to divorce. Now, man money, they look for.
a man money. Now money where they work together.
They did not work anything together. You cannot tell me that Bill Gates and his wife worked any money together. You cannot tell me that Jeff Bezos and his wife worked anything together.
I've not seen one good thing about woman since.
Huh?
Yeah, no, somebody say I think na Davido fan. I be Davido's auntie.
Me too. 30 BG for life.
30 BG gang.
I'm waiting for you people to prove me wrong. Even the one where come out that time, where talk say be interior decorator for Nigeria. I worked so hard to build this mansion, to build this. Today, now she did
that one a content creator. It's not everybody that goes online that you listen to. That one a content creator.
They knock all the married men within Nigeria now.
That one a content creator. That one was very obvious.
No, she wasn't a content creator. She built the house.
Like, we already know that it was not her money. So that's what I mean by she's the content creator.
So, but she said she works so hard. She's an interior decorator. She works so hard. And she works 24 hours a day.
The same way she said that.
I don't know anybody. I think at this point I have to end this live before I put me for trouble.
The same way she said that there are also some men too. That they will say they work hard, they do this.
I don't chop the fish finish. Once I chop finish like this, now sleep get me.
The fish they use as cash cruise.
I don't belly full. No, I did bad everything. John had some points. The only part I disagreed with him is that women don't. My wife loves me.
That is free. I know.
Everything else, it makes sense.
Yes, I don't want to talk anything about that because I respect you and I respect your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you that women's love is to their offspring alone. Women don't love. Women don't love their husbands. Women do not love their husbands.
That's not true. Are you a woman? Are you a woman? So how do you know? Are you a woman?
Exactly.
You cannot speak for us.
You can't speak for us.
You cannot speak for us. It's just like me saying men do not love their wife. I cannot say that because I don't know. I'm not a man.
Exactly.
Madam, women do not love
and if
their
some
husbands.
women don't, women don't, doesn't mean you can categorize everybody and say women.
Okay.
You understand? That's a slap on our face.
Can you ask
I'm not going to sit here and let you say that, and I'm sitting here. I will keep saying it. That's not true.
Please, can you ask them that your question again? If you're working, if someone calls you and tells you that if you're working in a bush and some people come to forcefully, take advantage of you.
Make I ask her.
Let
me ask you.
Ask her that question.
I use this question to do my project in uni. So you are working with your boyfriend through a bush path, and then cultists jump out at you. and say they just won't knock you. Say they not get any problem with your boyfriend. Say make you not try anything. Make you just they run, they go. Say if you try anything, they go through calm. Would you want your boyfriend to stand and fight for you? Answer me, my sister.
Sorry, what was your question?
You and your boyfriend or your husband, you are walking in a bush path, middle of the night, nobody is there. Some cultists just jump out and say they won't knock you by force. Make your boyfriend or your husband begin to run, they go. Say they don't want to make anything. Say they don't get any problem with them. Say now you they won't knock. They say if you go, they not go do him anything. But if he stay, they go choke him. Would you want him to stay and fight for you?
No.
That means you like that contest before. You don't hide that contest before. You don't hide that contest before. You don't want to make it there when you enjoy the thing.
No. Because if they choke him, who will be a widow? Not me.
Okay,
Right?
let's imagine it's your boyfriend. Let's say it's not your husband.
If it's my boyfriend, they want choke him, if they choke him, which will concern me?
So you want your boyfriend to fight for you?
Depend. Yeah.
Okay. Let me flip the question around. Imagine you have an only son and he's going with his girlfriend in this same bush path and this same scenario happens. Would you want your only son to run or would you want your only son to stay behind and fight for his girlfriend?
I'll fight for his girlfriend.
He has to run now. It's my only son.
So you see,
You
women
just
don't
proved
love
John
you.
right.
They're asking. No, you cannot be comparing. You cannot be saying women does not love their husband or they don't love men, and then be putting child in the middle. Child is different. Do you understand? The same thing for men. If your wife is in danger and your child is in danger, depending on the situation, maybe they have only one child. They might want to save the child.
Madam,
the
I'm
wife,
telling you that
depending on the
90% of men will save their wife first. Let me give you an example. Let me give you another example. You see this thing when a woman is in labor, and maybe there's what's it called? There's a complication, and the doctor walks up to the husband, all sweaty. At this point, you have to make a decision: do we save the daughter, the mother, or the child? Every man in this world will tell him, "Save my wife."
Because the wife can have another baby.
Save my wife. But I bet you, if you see now we they born, this thing happen. They ask now, give me my child, let him go, give me my child, let him go. It is the truth. It is the truth.
Forget child. You are putting child in the middle. Forget child. But you cannot generalize and say women don't love man.
Women are more aligned.
Correct man.
Women are more aligned to their children than their husbands.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I know you guys have fun. I need to go to bed. Good night, guys. Don't chop my wife. We love me food.
Mr. John, it was nice chatting with you.
Fab Mom of 4.
Thank you for supporting women.
Abi, what's your name?
Mr. John,
Fresh Mom of 4. God bless you.
Huh? I eat about
Offre, my darling, thank you so much for always being there. Offre, you have to start reading Bible for me. Tomorrow I'm preaching. I need you to read Bible. Not be only gist.
Okay, what time?
They preach every day.
I don't they go back to everyday preaching because I can see that souls are being misled.
Yes, so we need to know.
But don't worry, tomorrow is Friday. We have gist. The whole evening at gist. But for morning time, that kind 12-1, that's about your 7 a.m. Where are you? What state are you in offering?
Chicago.
What's
Illinois,
what's your time in Chicago now?
Time is 11:09.
That means you are 6 hours behind.
9. Yeah.
So our 1 o'clock will be your 6 a.m.
Yes.
No, our 1 o'clock will be your 7.
7.
Okay.
Right.
So around 7-8. Your 7-8.
In the morning. Okay.
Wake up early.
Okay.
Wake up early and read Bible, though. It's not only just that you know. Wake up early and
No,
read
but
Bible.
Offre is amazing. Offre is one of my ride or die. Right or by.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
Okay, so should they go church?
Even though we dey quarrel from time to time. Even though we dey quarrel from time to time, but we love ourselves. Where is Chichi Obama? Where is Samaria?
Yes, I'm my baby.
Those ones are backsliding. You're backsliding.
No, Chichi Obama no dey backslide.
if let's say Samaria not getting you boyfriend.
I believe
Let's say she's not getting you boyfriend. The only man go make woman backslide like that. That's why if I get congregation, I only count women as part of my congregation.
Come, you guys should attend this thing that is happening in Chicago. This Sarah Awards is on the 4th of October. You guys should represent me there. I was supposed to come this year, but many stresses.
Come to Chicago. We will host you.
I know. Don't worry. Next year, by the grace of God, we'll work on many things.
Don't leave us alone.
What did I do you now? I'm just
don't like us.
Kamaruddin, thank you so much, class captain.
Women,
Don't like us.
I like women.
Oh, yeah.
I like women. Ask the diffuse. I like women.
You like women, pass all of us. Good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. John, thank you. Thank you.